Funny thing about life, it doesn't knock on your door wearing a golden crown or driving a fancy car saying, "Hey, I'm here to save you." No, life's got a darker sense of humor. Life waits, watches, while you struggle in your little corner, while you bleed, while you cry, while you think nobody's coming. And then, when you're just about to break, when your heart's louder than your thoughts, life whispers, "Get ready." They say life changes in silence, don't they? Oh, the loud ones never see it coming. The loud ones are too busy shouting at the empty rooms, begging for applause from invisible crowds. But the real shift, the real magic, oh, that happens when nobody is watching. That's when life pulls its little tricks. That's when you feel the ground move and you realize, oh, you were standing on a trap door the whole time. Stay ready in private, because life doesn't send you an email about relocation, no invitation card, no fireworks, just one day, boom, you're gone. Funny thing about people, they think the world owes them a warning. They think there will be a parade before their life changes. But the truth is, if you gotta be warned, if you gotta be told to get ready, maybe you're not the one supposed to go. Maybe the opportunity was never yours. Oh, but if you're sitting in silence, if you're sharpening your soul when no one sees, if you're fixing your heart like a weapon in the dark, now that is dangerous. That's terrifying to the world, because people like that, they disappear overnight and reappear on thrones. No noise, no announcement. It's always the quiet ones who pack their bags before the call comes. Always the quiet ones who don't wait for the light to turn green. They know. Sometimes the light never turns green. Sometimes you gotta cross the road while cars are still coming. Sometimes you gotta step out with nothing but madness in your eyes and a bag full of hope. And when the wealthy one comes, oh, they're not looking for noise. They're looking for readiness. They're looking for the one who's been building kingdoms in their mind while everyone else was building excuses. Stay ready in private. Nobody's gonna clap for you when you're building discipline in the dark. Nobody's gonna send you flowers because you said no to the party. Nobody's gonna write poems about your early mornings or your lonely nights. But that's exactly why it works. That's exactly why you win. 'Cause while they're out there playing, you're in here plotting. While they're sleeping, you're studying. While they're laughing, you're preparing for war. And when life moves, oh, when it moves, you'll be ready. You see, relocation doesn't need permission. Wealth doesn't care about your Instagram followers. Power doesn't care about your likes. It only cares about preparation, and preparation is ugly. Preparation is silent. Preparation is boring. It's eating alone. It's crying alone. It's fighting battles nobody claps for. But the reward, oh, the reward is moving from nowhere to everywhere. From nobody, from overlooked, to unstoppable. They'll say you're lucky. They'll say someone wealthy just showed up out of nowhere, but what they won't see is the nights you stayed awake, the nights you bled in silence, the days you bit your tongue when anger wanted to explode, the hours you gave when nobody was looking. That's the price. And most people, they're too loud to pay it. Too busy showing off nothing. Too busy decorating an empty life. But not you, no, not you. You're the quiet storm. You're the hidden weapon. You're the one who's been training in shadows. And when when the time comes, when the wealthy one steps into your story, you won't need to ask why. You won't need to question how. You'll know. You stayed ready in private. You built when nobody cared. You planted when nobody watched, and now the harvest is coming quietly, powerfully, because real moves are made in silence. Real kings are crowned in the shadows. Real relocation happens without noise. Stay ready, stay hidden, stay dangerous. Funny world, isn't it? People sit around their tiny tables, sipping their cheap coffee, gossiping about who's going where, who's doing what, and who's getting left behind. They talk like they own the map, like they control who gets relocated. They laugh at the ones sitting alone, planning quietly. Oh, they call them crazy, dreamers, delusional. But isn't it funny how the tables turn? Isn't it delicious how life loves to flip the board when nobody's watching? You see, when you're marked for relocation, when someone wealthy is about to pull you out of your ordinary life, it never happens the way they expect. It never happens in the middle of applause. It happens when you've been buried so deep in your preparation, they forgot you were even there. People measure your worth by your current location. They think where you are now is where you'll always be. They measure you by your house, your car, your clothes. They don't see the internal upgrades. They don't see the mansion you're building in your mind. They don't see the palace you're decorating inside your soul. And that's where the game gets interesting. Because when someone wealthy comes to relocate you, they aren't looking at your street address. They're looking at the weight of your character. They're looking at the depth of your spirit. They're searching for the one who's been sharpening themselves in the dark. Not the loudest one, not the one with the flashiest mask, the ready one. But oh, people hate that idea. They hate the thought that your next level isn't about luck. They hate knowing that while they were laughing at you, you were building something dangerous. They hate it because it means they wasted their time. And time, my friend, is the most expensive currency. It doesn't come back. They'll see you relocated and they'll say things like, "Must be nice." They'll say, "I wish I got that chance." But wishes are for fools. Preparation is for kings. And kings don't sit around wishing. They build quietly, relentlessly. The world teaches people to chase attention, post this, show that, prove yourself. But when someone wealthy wants to relocate you, they're not scrolling through your selfies. They're looking for your scars. They're checking for the wounds that healed in silence. They're checking for the strength that grew in your lonely seasons. They want someone who can handle the weight of new territory. Someone who didn't crumble in the waiting room. Someone who didn't quit in the shadows. Waiting is a test. Silence is a test. Isolation is a test. And most people fail. They fail because they think nobody's watching. They think being unseen means being unworthy. But that's the biggest joke of all. The world hides its greatest treasures underground. Gold doesn't shine on the surface. Diamonds don't sit on sidewalks. Everything valuable grows in darkness. Everything powerful is hidden first. That's the design. That's the way the game works. And you stayed hidden. You stayed sharp. You stayed uncomfortable in comfort zones. That's what makes you dangerous. You're not desperate for attention. You're not thirsty for validation. You're not shaking in fear every time someone ignores you. That's the power nobody sees coming. That's the weapon nobody expects. People love predictable stories, rags to riches with a nice little step-by-step guide. But real relocation, real elevation, it breaks all the rules. It shatters expectations. One day you're sitting in a broken chair, the next day you're sitting in a throne built by hands you've never met. One day you're eating scraps, the next day you're dining in places you only saw in dreams. And nobody saw it coming. Nobody but you. Because you knew. You knew staying ready wasn't about proving anything. It was about becoming. Becoming the person worthy of the blessing. Becoming the person who wouldn't lose their mind in abundance. Becoming the person who wouldn't betray their soul for status. That's what this was all about. Not luck, not chance. Transformation. You see, relocation is easy, but carrying the weight of blessing, carrying the responsibility of new territory, carrying the eyes of the world watching your every move, that's what breaks people. That's what crushes the ones who didn't prepare. But not you, no, not you. You've been preparing for this storm. You've been building for this battle. You've been waiting for this moment. Quietly, patiently, dangerously. This world, it loves to watch you suffer first, doesn't it? Loves to see you crawl. Loves to whisper in your ear that you'll never get out of this pit. People watch you drowning, and instead of throwing a rope, they throw stones. Smile on their faces, venom in their words. They think your pain is permanent. Suffering is never forever. Darkness doesn't last unless you decide to live in it. But people, oh, they love to believe in curses, in bad luck, in chains that never break. It makes them feel safe in their misery. It makes them feel powerful when they label you cursed. They love their small little world where nobody escapes the cycle. Misery loves company, after all. But then, someone comes along who wasn't designed to stay cursed. Someone who wasn't made to sit in chains forever. Someone like you. Someone dangerous, someone foolish enough to believe that curses break when you fight back. You see, curses feed on fear. They live in your mind rent-free, whispering lies in the night. You'll never make it out. You're not good enough. This is your fate. And people listen. Oh, they love to listen to the voice of the curse. They wear their pain like a badge. They get comfortable in their suffering. They forget how to fight. They forget how to rebel. But you are never designed for comfort. You were never made to sit quietly in chains. You were built to break patterns. You were born to destroy limits. And that's the joke, isn't it? The curse isn't real if you stop feeding it. The chains are only strong if you believe they are. Salt breaks every curse, not because it's magic, not because it's some superstition, but because salt means purification. Salt means preservation. Salt means you still have fight left in you. Salt means you still have fight left in you. Salt means you still have fight left in you. Salt means the tears you cried are proof you're still alive, still dangerous, still here. People will call you crazy for believing in your freedom. They'll laugh while you fight battles nobody sees. They'll mock you while you pour salt over every wound, every betrayal, every scar. They'll say you're wasting your time. But oh, Let them laugh. Let them mock. Let them sit in their cages while you burn yours to the ground, because when the curse breaks, when the chains snap, when you finally rise from the ashes, they'll have no choice but to watch. Breaking a curse isn't loud, it's not glamorous, it's brutal, it's lonely. It's the nights you cried until your body gave out. It's the mornings you got up anyway. It's the hours you spent in silence, building your mind while everyone else was breaking theirs. That's what they don't tell you. Breaking a curse isn't about screaming at the sky. It's about whispering to yourself over and over, I am not finished here. It's about walking through hell without losing your mind. It's about surviving when survival looks impossible. And isn't that terrifying to the people who cursed you, to the people who thought they broke you? Isn't it terrifying that you're still breathing, still walking, still fighting? It means their curse failed. It means their chains weren't enough. It means you are the worst kind of enemy, the one who doesn't stay down. Because once the curse breaks, once the salt does its work, you don't just escape, you evolve. You don't just survive, you transform. And when you walk out of that darkness, when you step into the light they said you'd never reach, you don't come back as the same person. You come back untouchable, unshakable. And they'll be watching, the same people who cursed you, the same people who doubted you. They'll be standing there, mouths dry, eyes wide, heart pounding. They'll be wondering how you did it. They'll be wondering how someone like you escaped. They'll be wondering how salt broke every curse they threw at you, but you'll know the truth. You always knew. The curse was never stronger than your will. The chains were never stronger than your fight. And salt was always in your hands. People are funny creatures. They think everything in life runs on luck, on chance, on a flip of a coin. They sit there in their broken little lives waiting for some invisible miracle to knock on their door, waiting for something to change while doing absolutely nothing to deserve it. And when life gets hard, when the walls start closing in, what do? They blame fate. They curse God. They say, "Why me?" over and over like a broken record. But they never ask the real question, why not me? Why shouldn't life crush me? Why shouldn't the world test me? Who told me I'm so special that I should get a free ride? People love to dream about success. Oh, they fantasize about it: big house, fast cars, heavy pockets, power, attention, respect. They want it all. But when it comes time to bleed for it, to sacrifice for it, to burn for it, they vanish. They disappear into the shadows like scared little ghosts. They talk big, they post their fake little quotes, but inside, hollow, weak, scared. Because dreams are easy when you're comfortable. It's the suffering that exposes who you really are. And what happens next? Oh, this is where it gets interesting. Life watches you. It waits, like a predator hiding in the dark. It waits for the perfect moment to strike, and when it does, it hits you right where it hurts the most. It takes away the one thing you thought you couldn't live without. It flips your whole world upside down, and suddenly, you're not special anymore. You're just another fool gasping for air in a world that doesn't care if you drown. But here's the twist. The ones who survive that storm, the ones who don't break when life snaps its fingers, They're the real monsters. They're the real chosen ones. Not because someone handed them anything, not because they were lucky, but because they refused to die, because they stared life in the face, bloody, bruised, exhausted, and whispered, "Is that all you've got?" See, people think being chosen means getting a shortcut. They think it means the road will be easier. No. Being chosen means the road is harder. It means the battles are bigger. It means every day is a war zone inside your head. It means you walk alone when everyone else runs away. It means life will test you over and over until there's nothing left but fire in your veins and steel in your bones. And let me tell you a secret about life's little games. When life sees someone like that, someone who refused to break, it moves differently. It starts to shift pieces on the board. People you never met will start watching you. Doors you never knocked on will swing open. Opportunities will fall into your path like traps waiting to be triggered. And someone, somewhere, someone powerful enough to move mountains will notice you. Not because you begged for their attention, not because you posted your sad little story online, but because your survival made noise in a world that respects silence. Oh, people will talk. They'll say you got lucky. They'll say you were chosen. They'll say someone wealthy came and relocated you, moved you from the gutter to the palace. But they'll never know what it cost you. They'll never know the nights you screamed into your pillow because your mind was tearing itself apart. They'll never know the sacrifices you buried in the ground like dead bodies. They'll never know how close you were to disappearing forever. And that's the punchline, isn't it? The world rewards pain it doesn't understand. It celebrates victory without asking about the war. People love a comeback story, but they don't want the details. They don't want to hear about the sleepless nights, the betrayal, the loneliness, the fear that ate you alive. They just want the happy ending, the big reveal, the final act where you stand on top while they clap from their seats like good little spectators. But you'll know the truth. You'll know that nobody saved you. Nobody came with a magic wand. It was you. It was always you. You built yourself in the dark. You sharpened your mind in the silence. You turned your pain into power. And when someone wealthy comes along, when life finally shifts in your favor, it won't be charity. It won't be luck. It'll be recognition. It'll be life saying, "I tried to break you. I failed. You win." People worship comfort like it's their little golden idol. They wake up every day dragging their feet through the same routine, clinging to their tiny, predictable lives like it's all they've got. They hate risk. They hate change. Oh, but they love to dream. Love to whisper to themselves late at night that one day, something big will happen. Someone will rescue them from this miserable. Someone wealthy, someone powerful, someone who doesn't even know their name. Funny, isn't it? People waiting for a hero while drowning in their own fear. But life isn't a fairy tale. No rich king is out there flipping through a catalog of sad faces saying, I think I'll save this one today. No. Life only relocates those who are already moving. You stand still, you stay forgotten. You rot in the same four walls you complain about, but you move like fire in the wind, and suddenly life starts paying attention. Suddenly the world starts whispering about you in rooms you've never stepped in. That's how it works. It's the game. But most people don't play. Most people fold before the cards are even dealt. People forget wealth doesn't always mean money. Power doesn't always mean a throne. Sometimes wealth is a connection, a voice, an opportunity that can slice through the chains that held you down your entire life. But the universe doesn't hand that to the weak. It doesn't reward the crybabies sitting in their misery singing the same sad song about how unfair life is. It watches, it tests, it waits to see who bleeds for their dream, who's willing to claw their way through the mud without looking back, who's willing to lose everything just to win something real. Most people, they love to look busy, love to post their cute little quotes about hard work, but the second pain knocks on their door, they hide, they shrink, they settle for survival because thriving looks too dangerous. And then they sit there watching others rise, watching others escape, watching others get relocated, and they curse them, call them lucky, call them chosen. But deep down they know nobody came to save them because they never stepped into the fire. You want to be seen? You want to be noticed by the kind of person who can rewrite your life with a single word? Then you better be unforgettable. You better move different. You better look life dead in the eyes and say, you don't own me. Because the ones who control the game, the ones with the power to lift you from the dirt, they don't look for normal. They don't look for quiet. They don't look for scared. They look for madness. They look for obsession. They look for the person who couldn't be broken, no matter how many times life tried to crush them. They look for scars. They look for fire. They look for that glint in your eyes that says, I'm still here. And when they find it, when they find it, they don't care where you came from. They don't care how dirty your past looks. They care about your hunger. They care about your will. They care about whether you're willing to risk it all again if that's what it takes to keep going. Most people, they want the reward without the suffering. They want the relocation without the destruction. But the truth is, before life lifts you, it will shatter you. It will humiliate you. It will strip you down to nothing just to see if you'll still stand when there's nothing left to hold on to. And if you do, if you smile through the blood and laugh through the loneliness, life will drag someone wealthy, someone powerful, right into your orbit. Not because you begged for it, not because you deserved it, but because you proved you could survive without it. People hate that truth. They want the shortcut. They want the hack. They want the magic formula for success. But there is none. There's only pain. There's only sacrifice. There's only burning everything you used to be so you can become something terrifying, something unforgettable. And when you become that, then and only then does life send someone wealthy enough to relocate you, not to save you, not to rescue you, but to recognize you, to reward the monster you built in the dark when nobody was watching.